Hello everyone, it's End Times Talk coming at you with a brand new video. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with this woman on the plane that saw this shape-shifting reptilian. This is the footage. Check it out.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
And see, there's a whole lot of other footage they're not showing you on the internet. They're kind of, keeping certain things in the algorithm, but they're keeping other things out of the algorithm. Check these videos out.
This is a new video made by another passenger who was on the flight the woman on the plane was on, who became distraught when she realized she was supposedly sitting next to a shapeshifter.
Hey, stop the plane! Stop it! Stop it! I need to get off this plane. A volunteer. Make a volunteer to sit him out. Here, fucking see you after this. See what happens. See what happens after this. See what happens. Where's your bag? Your bag's on your trip. See what the fuck happens after.
And you see, so this woman, really distraught, in the one video that everybody's seeing, she seems like she's drunk. In the one where she's actually by the seat where this person is supposedly sitting, that is wearing this hood, this shapeshifter, all right, she seems pretty together in the sense of not drunk or anything like that. She's not stumbling around. She's not uncoordinated or anything like that. But what's interesting is there was some video footage taken by a passenger, okay, of this individual that was wearing a green hoodie. Check these videos out.
Not real guy on plane caught vertical winking.
And you see in the one video, they're saying that this person is blinking vertically like this and not horizontally like this. All right. And his one eye does look rather odd in that video. I'm not going to lie, but I don't know if I quite see a vertical blinking as the one video is saying. This one lady's saying you see is, vertical blink. And it looks like the video gets kind of blurry in that department, almost like the video camera is moving or the cell phone's moving. All right, so it kind of blurs in that moment, so it could be a blur instead of a blink. So we can't really definitively say that this person is blinking vertically instead of horizontally, okay? I do want to talk about, though, how shapeshifters are real. In the story of Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah, the two angels that came to Lot, the men of the city that were militant, doing sinful things, had come to the door wanting to know these two men, all right, that were angelic beings. And I truly believe, especially if they were in angelic form, that would mean that, you know, these people would end up being scared and, like, you know, falling down before them. And a lot of fallen angels in the past, all right, look at the Greek gods and goddesses, okay, they were worshipped, they were hailed, okay. And so if these guys saw two angels, all right, they probably would have fell down fearful, okay. But these men of Lot, these men of Sodom and Gomorrah saw these two angels, I believe, in 100% human form. And so we do know that fallen angels can shapeshift. We do know that the spirits of the Nephilim, the giants, all right, that after the giants died, they left behind their spirits, and that those spirits are the ones that possess people, okay? They're also called a strongman spirit in the Bible, okay? And so anyways, I'm not discounting that this woman didn't see anything, because there were some rather strange instances going on. All right, it was very strange, but listen to this young man's testimony as well that was on the plane during this whole fiasco. Check this video out.
Okay, here's the story time for you. I've tried like 2 times to record this, but I keep going over the 3-minute limit, and I don't want to do a part 1, part 2 type thing, so I'm gonna try to be specific. I was on that flight. It was American Airlines. We were leaving Dallas-Fort Worth. I was sitting in the left aisle, about 3 rows back from this woman. She was sitting in the right aisle, and she had this very interesting exchange with some dude in a hoodie. I don't remember the color of the hoodie. I really, you know how memory is. When you're not super paying attention, you don't remember all the details. I had one headphone in, couldn't hear all the specifics of what happened, but I noticed this exchange between this woman and this dude in a hoodie. And it was kind of weird at the time, because it seemed like no one else before she really started getting frantic, like, was paying attention to this. But that makes sense. It was like a normal flight. This was after putting all the luggage away. We'd been on the plane for a little bit. It was before the flight attendant came over and gave the little spiel. And what I remember is she was having like a full-blown conversation with this dude in the hoodie. I'll call him the hoodie guy. She was having a full-blown conversation with hoodie guy. The weird thing was that he never once said a word to her the whole time. And at the time, I don't know, I wasn't really thinking about it, but it's like she would say something and he like would respond, but there was no exchange happening. It was just her getting more and more frantic, which, okay, if she's drunk and she's going crazy, then you would think the dude in the hoodie would have been like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? But he was just like dead locked on her, like deep eye contact with her. Like I don't want to feed into the conspiracies here, but like almost like she was like in a hypnosis type of thing. And she started getting more and more frantic, to the point where then people started kind of noticing. Flight attendant came over, tried to calm her down, like, what's going on? She sat back down, but she kept looking over at this dude in the hoodie, and finally she was like done with it. And that's like when I really started paying attention, like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And that's when she was like, I can't do this. She started getting up. She started walking up to the front. And then the whole video thing happened. I didn't take a video of it. I was listening to a Stephen King audiobook. I wasn't like pulling out my phone to record this. And she didn't seem drunk to me, by the way. Just throwing that out there. I didn't see her drink. I mean, she seemed totally normal to me up until that point. The weird thing was, after she left the plane, the dude in the hoodie, which the flight attendant was like, did anything happen? And he still didn't say a word. He just went like, and like shrugged. The dude in the hoodie like looked around the plane, and he looked back at me, and he winked at me. And again, I didn't quite register it. I was like, okay, what the fuck was that about? I was like, maybe he's just being like an ass, like winking. Like, that was weird, wasn't it? But now that I look back, I realized that when he winked at me, and it was his left eye looking back at me, it didn't wink like this. It winked like this.
There was people on the plane that said they saw her drinking. There was people on the plane that said they were around her the whole time and they didn't see her drinking one drop. There was other people saying that she was throwing back shots, and there's other people that were saying that they didn't see her drink any alcohol whatsoever. So there's a lot of hearsay. Okay, there's not a lot of proof in this video footage that shows me that something actually happened. We do know that these targeted individuals exist, you know, where the powers that be target individuals with frequency weapons and all sorts of things like that. And I mean, if you know anything about the Wyoming experiment, you know that frequencies can almost land people into hallucinogenic stuff, where people are seeing things that aren't truly there. I mean, you can have that happen just from sleep deprivation. All right, you can start believing things that aren't actually real. This woman could have been sleep deprived from traveling, a lot of different things. Okay, so let's not jump to the gun of reptilians. Okay, I also want to talk to you about where reptilians actually come from and where the theory started. And if I'm wrong, I would love for you to prove me wrong. Now, as I stated before I state what I'm about to state about reptilians, I want you to know that shapeshifters are real. There are things that shapeshift, you know, fallen angels shapeshift, and demonic possession does happen, okay? All right? But the reptilian race theory comes from one man and one man alone. And I've covered this before, and his name is David Icke, I-C-K-E, David Icke. This man is a New Ager. All right. He believes in all the New Age philosophies. Okay. Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, said that the New Agers are playing the devil's game without taking his infernal name. That was a quote from Antoine LaVey. All right. So New Agers are playing the devil's game without taking his infernal name. And David Icke tripped on mushrooms so hard that he actually believed that he was Jesus Christ come back to earth, and he stated this many times publicly. It's very hard to find video proof of him stating that he's Jesus Christ, but David Icke himself has said that he's Jesus Christ. Now, if you want to believe a theory that comes from a man that says that he's Jesus Christ, that's up to you, but I'm going to choose to walk the other way. I believe that there's shape-shifting beings. You know, there's Bigfoot, there's the Mothman, the Dog Man, all these different things. These, I believe, are fallen angels shape-shifting into these cryptids, these entities, to try to bring people away from what's truly going on, to distract people, just like with this thing that's happening on the plane. Whether it's a fallen angel, whether it's a demon, or whether this lady had sleep deprivation or something like that, it doesn't matter, because it's a distraction from what's actually happening around the globe right now. Just like with the whole submersible that got lost with the whole Titanic expedition, where they went down. I mean, they knew that thing was done and over with days before, but they wanted to drag it on because it's a distraction. Just like these little murder stories and things like that people are watching. It's all distraction, people, to keep us from knowing what's going on. And then all of a sudden, Dow Chemical explodes there in Louisiana. All right? I mean, it's serious, people. Like, we are under attack, and we have all these side problems that are happening. We have all this side stuff that's happening where they're trying to keep us focused on little entertainment stories and things like that. I truly believe that this woman might have saw something, okay, but it doesn't matter either way. It doesn't affect us. We know that these things are coming upon the earth. Jesus said, "Behold, I have told you before." All right, so it should be of no surprise to any single one of you brothers and sisters in Christ out there that these things are coming upon the earth, and that people will see these things. And as the end times progress, things will become more and more paranormal and supernatural, okay? Supernatural is the things that are of God. Paranormal is the things that are of the devil, okay? And so people need to know the difference between the two. And I truly do believe this is a possible paranormal instance, but there's also other people that are dealing with it as well. And so it's becoming more widespread. Check this gentleman out that tried to actually open the door of a plane while it was still in the air after he believed that he saw a shape-shifting entity on a plane. Check this video out.
Yo! Hey, mate, everyone is, come on, please. Go! Marco and Tony, we're having short time.
Look at everyone filming, man. What's wrong? Whoa!
And so it's spreading, people. It's spreading. It's becoming a more and more constant thing. There's demonic activity exploding worldwide, and we have to combat this, Christians. We have to combat this. It says we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places. All right, we all make mistakes. We all do things wrong. We all have our ups and our downs. We have our good days and our bad days, but we have to fight against this stuff that is coming upon the earth. We can't let Satan defeat us little by little, all right, and wear us down, all right? We have to stay strong. We have to stay focused. We have to keep doing what God has asked us to do, and that's to keep teaching people the truth and to keep winning souls for Jesus Christ, and that's what we're going to do here at End Times Talk. And I appreciate every single one of you that have watched this video, all right? There is a lot of people lying and stuff like that. There's even a gentleman that got on there and that said he was the gentleman in the hood, but he actually wasn't. Check this video out.
Alright, so the internet has heard the story of the woman on the plane with the reptilians. But thanks to her delaying the flight, I just got home, so now it's my opportunity to tell my side of the story as the guy in the hoodie.
And so, see, this guy is actually stating that he's the guy on the plane in the hood, but he doesn't even look like the guy in the green hoodie. You see what I'm saying? So you cannot believe everything you see on the internet. And there's so many people that are believing this guy with all these occultic face tattoos and things like that. And he says he's a Freemason and all that stuff. And he's wearing the Kabbalah tree of life on his black sweatshirt in that video. It's just a giant joke. These people send their people to go and cover up tracks for when things actually happen. And it very could possibly be that something actually happened on that plane. All right. But it very could possibly be something completely else. And I don't want any of my fellow brothers and sisters in Christ to be deceived. We need to take this stuff to God. We know this stuff's coming upon the earth, but we can fight it because of the power and the blood of the Lamb. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you for watching End Times Talk, and may God bless you, and may God keep you. And do not forget to go out and change the world in which you live.